But yeah, look, be interesting to know what everyone thinks about today. So
Was it as bad on the tally as it was in real life?
yeah, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. I think they pretty much won that with 1 or 2 shots on target, one of which went in.
That shouldn't have gone in.
I think the last time we looked, we'd apparently had 2 shots on target. One of them was Sam Smith's header, which was practically a back pass, and I don't remember what the other one was. So yeah, that was. I think we can pretty much say we've won the whole game without having a shot on target. I don't remember seeing anything really that that sort of led me to think, oh, here we go, something's happening. Yeah, it was just I think all round one of our for me one of our poorest performances of the season. I think fair?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we offered too much. I think there was lots of misplaced passes, no real chances created. I think the thing that we'd always sort of hung our hat on a little bit was the fact that we hadn't got as many points as most of us wanted, although we were creating chances and we were scoring goals, and I think there was a lot to be positive about in the first 9 games of the season. Today, I think, was almost the antithesis. Is that a word? Mm-hmm. Yeah, of that. It was.
I don't know what it means, but it's definitely a word.
It was the complete opposite of what we'd come to believe to be true. Because we didn't really create any chances. We didn't score any goals. I'd hit my lip on it when it was. And just all in all, I've said to a couple of people now, we've talked about this, the fact that just glad we're not 3 hours. Well, we might be 3 hours from home. Depends how long it takes us to get out of here. But I'm glad we haven't travelled to the other side of the country, because I'd be downbeat by that performance, I think, after today. Blank canvas, what a mess that was. Total shambles. Whether we want to accept it or not, but 10 points in 10 games is terrible. And if it carries on like this, Parky's days will be numbered. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we sort of talked about this on the podcast on Monday.
I don't think his days are numbered.
No, I don't particularly know, because you're always going to get games like this. You're going to get frustrating games. You're going to get games where you think we're not really creating anything, and then you'll go into another game where perhaps you're creating lots of chances. I think the next few games are so critical for us. Stoke away, is part of that. We've obviously got Coventry, we've got Middlesbrough. We're at home to Oxford, which a lot of people assume that's going to be one of them games that, almost as if an early season 6-pointer. You're looking at a team like Oxford who are going to be in and around perhaps the relegation, without being too disrespectful, but you'd sort of expect us and them to maybe be in and around it later on. So that's, that all of a sudden that makes it a huge game. Zero said definitely up there with worst performances. Yeah,
I was really excited about this game as well, and the lineup and all that kind of stuff, but I feel really deflated now.
Yeah, Charles, that did not feel good, especially the second half, all over the place. I tell you what, I'll touch on that a little bit. I felt first half we were probably the better team, and I felt like we should have scored at least one. I don't feel like we should have gone in at half time 1-0 down. I felt like we I definitely felt hard done by after the first half performance. To go in 1-0 down felt hard done by, because I definitely thought we were the better team. But second half, I thought it was a shambles. It was all over the place, and even when we got in good attacking positions, I don't think we did anything in particular. There was lots of misplaced passes when we were trying to go forward. And I think
when we went forward,
I think it was just generally quite poor all round. Steve said Longman lost us a point. Yeah, there was that chance for Longman in the first half. It was quite hard to see. It was the opposite end of the ground from where all the Wrexham fans were. Sort of felt like an open goal, and he put it in the side netting. I would like to see that back. I don't know. John Wells, Radio Wrexham failed, so had to listen to local Stoke Bayern. It's grim when that happens. Until Radio Wales Sports stepped in, thank you. Team had a tough gig away there, but grafted and came up short. Glenda, have a safe home. Just love to get going. I think that's the general gist. TS, I'm generally a Wrexham optimist, but that was dreadful top to bottom. Yeah, I think we saw one thing that I saw. There's quite a bit of frustration with Arthur's distribution at the moment. Very slow, doesn't know where he's going with it. Is that his fault? Are people not moving for him? So he doesn't really know go because no one's making any move. So a few times today the Stoke keeper got it and bang, it was gone, and it was setting up attacks, and we really saw what we were missing in that area. So yeah, I don't know. Charles said, is 9:50 a.m. too early to start drinking?
No, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Chaz.
It is.
It's here. 5 o'clock here. So yeah,
it's 5 o'clock here.
Go for it.
It's fine. Your tattoo dictates you are constantly and eternally tied to Wrexham. So drinking at this time is perfectly fine. That is not a problem.
I wondered where you were going with that then.
Yeah, I know. Steve said no to Chaz. Steve said, when you see it, you'll be gutted about the Longman chance. Yeah, Steve, that's how I felt when I saw it. But I thought it's a strange angle, so we'll let that one go. But yeah, that doesn't sound great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. All in all, it felt quite.
There were a lot of frustrated fans around us.
There was, because I think we've been quite used this season to seeing us create stuff and score goals, and yeah, we haven't been winning as many points as we'd like, but we're creating chances, we're scoring goals, and today we didn't do either of them, and it just felt in general quite poor. I think was the general gist.
I think, yeah.
Everyone felt, you could just feel the frustration, and for a little bit it felt like a game where we were just going to pick up in the last 15 minutes and score and nick a point late on when we probably maybe didn't deserve it, but it just didn't happen for us. So Karen said sloppy. Yeah, I think so. It's a weird one. It's always a weird one after the international break for a lot of clubs, and yeah, it just felt like a weird one for us really. It nothing really clicked. I think Parky went for it. He went for the box midfield. He went for Windass and Broadhead playing together. He brought Sam Smith on, took a defender off. So, we had lots of attacking players there, but just couldn't really create anything. So yeah, it was. It was quite poor, I think, all in all. John said, have to win at home next. Yeah. Oh
my God.
So they'll be licking their lips after this result. Yeah, I know. Look, all in all, I think we can close this off by saying it was poor.
Yeah.
and we just have to, you know, do one of them,